Hello everyone. Many Excel users are probably having a gray area on using XLOOKUP functions. This beginner level tutorial will help you to get more familiar with new XLOOKUP successor and its features. As you know, other old lookup functions have many innate limitations. For example, when we are looking at VLOOKUP, can only search one-way direction from the lookup range on the right instead of going left or checking vertical at a single direction. If we insert a new column, the VLOOKUP function is also affected, thus the result of the return query will be incorrect. Microsoft has been introduced a new successor called XLOOKUP. This new function not only overcomes all the limitations of the old version like VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP and index match functions etc. Before jumping into the tutorial, the new dynamic array functions like XLOOKUP and filter are only available to Microsoft 365 subscribers. Thus, if you are using a perpetual license version of Office 2019 or Office 2016, XLOOKUP will not be available to you. However, you can add free XLOOKUP function add-ins if your Excel version is 2016 and beyond. Please check my previous video on how to add XLOOKUP function in Excel for free. Let me start with a simple example. It will help you to understand the basic function structure of XLOOKUP. For example, the worksheet is given each student results for few subjects. I want to find Sanjay's scores in science subject. So according to the XLOOKUP function syntax, we must define the following three arguments. First, what keywords are we looking for? Here is to look for student name Sanjay. The natural keyword is Sanjay. Second, we are going to tell XLOOKUP go to which field in the table to find the selected student name. And that is obvious, the answer is the student name column. Finally, when the student's name was found, we must specify the field to return the scored value. When all three questions are answered in sequence, XLOOKUP can successfully return the student marked score. This is the basic usage of XLOOKUP. Let us move on to a few practical exercises. I have opened the product-wise sales report for this month. There is a search query in the upper right corner of the worksheet. It is convenient for us to check the performance of the product sales. For example, I enter a random product name like chicken soup in the product name cell. Then select the total sales cell range. Next, I press equal, then enter XL. Now the Excel will prompt the related function name. Then press the tab key, so the XLOOKUP can be brought into the cell. Again, here we have to follow the syntax of the function. Define the first three arguments in sequence. First, the keyword we are looking for, that is product name from cell I2, enter a comma, then the second argument, that is the lookup array, which field in the table to find the product name. Enter another comma, the last third argument is to specify the scope of the return value. So I select the total sales column in the table, and press enter. According to the changes of the product name, the XLOOKUP will also update the results of the query immediately. Okay, but what I just showed a XLOOKUP general function similar to the other lookup function does. However, there are many special features included in the new XLOOKUP function. Let us see those features one by one with practical examples. Before start, please download this practice file from the link in the description and let's start together. First, XLOOKUP can return values from the left side of the lookup range, where VLOOKUP cannot do. For example, here I intend to search the product category, which is the return array arranged in left side of the lookup array. So, in cell I5, enter the function XLOOKUP, specify the product name as the keyword, then switch to the second argument, and select the product name column as lookup array. Next, I'll continue to the next argument to define the return array, select the category name column as the return array, which is arranged left side of the lookup array, then press enter. Okay. The second feature of XLOOKUP, it has built-in error prompts. Take for example, if I enter a product name that does not exist in a table, the formula immediately return of an error value. So, in this case XLOOKUP has a fourth syntax to customize the error message. So enter error message as fourth argument like, no product found within the double quotes. When the product name is incorrect, then XLOOKUP will return the error message that we have defined. But in VLOOKUP we have to use if error function to return the error message. The third feature of XLOOKUP is, it can search for approximate match. For example, the worksheet showing the student scorecard, so I want to calculate the student's grade respectively by comparing to the grade table. Normally we can resolve it by using nested if function. However, in this case XLOOKUP will help us dramatically. So we have to take advantage of the XLOOKUP fifth syntax called match mode, that is, approximate comparison, to know which level each student grades will falls on. Okay, in cell E4 enter formula like equal XLOOKUP, select the score range as lookup value, then for the lookup array argument, select the score criteria column from the grade table. Press F4 to lock the range. Next, the return array will be the grade, which I am looking for each student. Press F4 key again to lock the ranges. Skip the fourth argument, that is the error message. Then press the comma, enter the fifth approximation arguments. It will prompt us 4 optional arguments. I will choose the second option as exact match on next smaller item. It will be brought the -1 as the functional argument to the cell. If the student score is 60, then the formula jumps to the next smaller score in the grade table, that is 50 marks, thus it returned us the grade as credit pass. As you can see, the returned student grades are same from the both functions used. However, it is obvious that the XLOOKUP is much easier than nested if function. Okay, let's move on the fourth feature of XLOOKUP, that is horizontal lookup. Suppose the monthly production report is generated horizontally. From the old lookup function, we used HLOOKUP function to return the horizontal match. But this horizontal search can be done easily by using XLOOKUP function. Enter XLOOKUP formula in C8, select month name cell as lookup value, then the lookup array as monthly row. Select the sales row as the return array. And done. The fifth feature of XLOOKUP is the function itself can use wildcard characters to make a fuzzy search. Suppose if we forget the full name of a salesperson or the full keyword, we can enter his first name, then enter an asterisk that represents the name behind. Next, I will enter XLOOKUP formula in cell I4 as a generic lookup search. As you jump to the fifth argument, the formula will prompt us 4 optional arguments. Choose the fourth option to enable the wildcard search option. So even if we don't enter the full name of the salesperson, XLOOKUP can also return us the sales amount. The sixth feature of XLOOKUP function is, it can perform the reverse search. For example, the data is given for the region-wise sales. What I am looking for is to return the latest sales values from a selected region. In this case, we can use the sixth argument of the XLOOKUP function. I will enter XLOOKUP formula in cell H4. I will define the required arguments and will skip the fourth and fifth arguments. For this last argument, the function will prompt us 4 optional arguments. I will choose the second option to look for reverse search, which is from bottom to top. By default, the XLOOKUP returns its first match, that is the values from top to bottom. Okay, finally, let's see XLOOKUP's 7th special function feature, that is bidirectional filtering. In this worksheet, we can enter salesperson name and the quarter number. By using XLOOKUP, we can find the single quarter sales amount. In cell I5, I will use XLOOKUP function. For the lookup argument, I will choose the salesperson name, then select the salesperson column as lookup array argument. The sales value should be returned for the selected quarter is required in cell I4, so we need to filter sales amount by quarterly sales. So here we have to use the second XLOOKUP function for the return argument. This time I will assign season range as the lookup value, then select the horizontal row header as the lookup array. Finally, select the sales amount range as the return array. Now press enter. The formula will be returned the selected quarterly sales values. Use the data validation to make the list to select the salesperson name and the season. So it will lead us for quicker criteria selection and avoid manual entry. Okay, I will wind up for today. I hope now you have understood and got some familiar on how to use XLOOKUP function. Thank you for watching. Please make sure to like the video, comment your thoughts on this tutorial, and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel for more future videos. Have a nice day.